And welcome everybody to the Jane Live Miracle Medicine on a Thursday. Today we are discussing the topic, why are people so sick? And I'm going to show you a picture just now, which really disheartened me. That people can get so sick. So sometimes people are sick on the inside and you can't really see the worms, you can't really see the degenerative putrefying tissue. Sometimes people are sick with a mental disorder, you can't really see it. Sometimes you can see it. It doesn't matter. The thing is, people are sick. And I'm just going to go through some simple things why people are sick. And then I'm going to show you some examples on how we solve it at the 365 Healthy by Choice Center in Bryanston. And you know, the more people that come, the more people are going to get better, and we've just got to work through it and just educate people. So in terms of just sharing the slides, oh, there you go. So I've entitled it, Why Are People So Sick? How to Boost Physical and Emotional Well-Being. And one of the main reasons why people get sick is because the yin and the yang go out. They're not in alignment. And we talked last time, the happy and the sad, the good and the bad are out of alignment. And the minute you do that, there's going to be illness and sickness and disease and mental disorders within the body. So we want to do whatever we can to keep the body aligned holistically. All right, that's quite a lot of words. And so what does that really mean? I'm going to tell you. And that's where we use the process, HIELO, Holistic Integrated Epigenetic Life Orientation. And there is the play on the words high-low because we want the high and the lows to be in yin and yang, to be unified in binary, in non-locality, in the unified field. So we're going to be looking at that. Now I'm going to show you a slide. If those of you who are squeamish, don't look, but it's somebody with quite a bad skin disorder. Oh, first of all, let me just show you and remind you, I have presented this slide before. In order to heal, in order to keep the yin and yang together, we're looking at a multidimensional holistic quantum well-being approach with the Holistic Integrative Epigenetic Life Orientation System. And that's holistically looking at body, mind, emotions, and spirit. And then what we do is a 4-part process where we reset, we do inquiries, we restore, we rejuvenate the body, and then we rejoice because the body's healed. And we can physically see it, and as well as get the feedback directly from people, and we can measure it. So the most important thing here is to measure. So I'm going to show you this horrible slide now. So this is a person who came in yesterday, unsuspecting, walked in, clothes, obviously dressed, and you would never know. But then they started speaking to me about this disorder, this disease, and they've had this for well over 10 years. And it's just got worse. And every time they try the latest medication, the latest, newest ointment, the latest, newest injection, it will work for a little bit, and then the parasites take over. This is parasites. This is not psoriasis. The client told me it was psoriasis. This is far worse. This is a serious, terrible case of parasites. I mean, can you believe it? He was itching and he was sore, was in pain. This part of his legs is in absolute pain, absolute agony. It's just, I don't know. It's just not really words to share on this. Where have I gone? It's just too horrific for words. So, of course, what did we do? I'm going to now explain the HIELO process to you and the causes. So we would immediately do an assessment, a quantum medicine assessment, either with the Q450 or the SCIO, Educta, or the QUXED, or the EPEX, whichever one you have. These are NASA devices that work in the quantum field, the field where we do all our healing, the field where I do the emotional healing specifically. So this is a manifestation. The client has manifested this. All right. And it's the body speaking to the client and saying something needs to be healed along the lines. And it's usually, emotional healing. So the client set it up, the client's responsible. It's not about them, those who did it, etc., etc. This is about the client. And we've got to work out. The skin, remember, is the interface between the internal body and the external body. Somewhere along the line, there's a disorder in relationship to the internal part of the body and the environment. And that's going to have an emotional reason, cause. So the emotion is the physical, is the root cause beyond the physical. So the clients just come in, and the client came in to get this fixed. So we're dealing with physical first of all. So we do the assessment, and I see, the collagen is really low. The parasites are dissolving it. The vitamins, there's malabsorption. The kidneys are acidic. The liver's blocked. The gallbladder's blocked. The lungs are showing resistance. We're not getting the amount of oxygen we need in. And the insulin's also not high because we're not getting oxygen in again. And, you can see it all, the body's riddled with the parasites, the hormones, the circulation, and then, as I say, in all the various organs, the teeth, the skin, the hair, the bones. So this is a really bad case of parasites. And, of course, what they do is they move. So they'll get very, very itchy over here. It's sort of okay there, and then they'll start coming there, and skin will kind of repair there, and so on. So it's just a checkered situation what happens here, but this is very bad. Probably going to probably move towards elephantitis. It just hasn't started swelling yet, but the gut is. So we do that assessment, and we find out nutrition-wise, we find out lifestyle, stress, and then what needs to detox. The heavy metals, of course, and we need to bring in a lot of oxygen, a lot of probiotics, because we've got to kind of start outweighing these baddies, the bad parasites, with the good, effective, beneficial organisms. We saw the skin's very dry, the mucosa is very dry, the lung lining is very dry. We're not getting oxygen and food in. The cell membrane also needs a lot of flaxseed oil to start getting the electrical potential so that the food and oxygen can go in and the waste can leave the cell. So we start talking along all these lines, start assessing. We see that the client does eat a lot of heated oil. So it's one of the number one killers is heated oil. Sugar along with it, white bread, white rice, corn, dairy. Those are major causes of disorder in the body, and it affects well-being. So that's what I'm wanting to say. Why do we get so sick? So those are the key things. We never get in the sun. We never put our feet on the ground. We don't breathe properly. We don't hydrate properly. And then we allow these toxins to accumulate because we're not assisting the body detoxify. So we've been exposed to anything upward of 700,000 toxins per day, and that's way too much for the average liver to detox. And anyway, the average liver is already blocked anyway. So we've got to really help the body. So this man already came with our wound spray, and I sprayed the one leg. And I said to him, tell me how it feels in 5 minutes and 10 minutes. It was already settled. So we sprayed him with the Cell Vitality Oxymineral wound spray, which we make. It already took the sting out. The pain was still throbbing because this is now getting to fibromyalgia stages. The nerves are involved. This, by the way, had nothing to do with diabetes and blood sugar. Anyhow, so we carried on. I carried on telling him, what is your stress? This person works in government, and we discussed the stress, we discussed the lifestyle. Of course, at this stage, it's becoming very difficult to sleep, very difficult to walk, very difficult to exercise. So it's a downward spiral. So the more the body, the yin and the yang are separating, the more the disease is setting in, the more the disharmony in the body. And the more difficult it is for the body to perpetually renew. It starts giving up. And this is like an end result. So it's really a gross picture, I know, but how can people get so sick, and how can they spend, 12 years trying to get well and nothing's helping? So I'm only too grateful when they come in because we can get an improvement quickly. So this man is going to bath in the cell oxygen drops. He's also going to take oral. We're going to build him up, working with the strength of the body, its body's innate ability to heal and strength to heal. And then we're going to reoxygenate him, boost the immune system, and clear out these toxins. The diet would be, as I said, avoiding those things that I talked about, especially sugar, very, very sweet fruits we would avoid as well. So we would do berries and green apples, and my probiotic with the good enzymes in it as well, and that 4 times a day. Also, topically, we're using our organic coconut oil with the microbiome reset in it to apply after the bath, 30 minutes after the oxygen bath. We're then going to apply that because, of course, that skin's very dry. So we need to moisturize it. Remember, coconut oil got caprylic acid and so on, which will kill parasites. So will the microbiome reset. So we're doubling up here with the moisturizer and something that's going to kill and protect and stop the itching. The bedding, we had to absolutely sterilize the mattress outside with the Hoover on it, plus spraying it. We put diatomaceous earth on it. The linen was steam cleaned at 90 degrees. The pillows thrown out, new pillows came. The blankets, everything was absolutely clean. The towels, absolutely clean, 90 degrees temperature. And any face gloss or anything, clothing, everything was thrown in the wash as well. So we've now got a nice, clean, sterile environment. And we're putting the oxygen in a saucer on next to the bed when the client sleeps, so that there's a wafting of this high oxygen level while he's sleeping, going into the lungs and protecting the air, the atmosphere where the client's living. With flaxseed oil, very important. We need, as I said, the lungs and the gut and the reproductive system anyway, moisturized with the oils, and the ability for food to get to the cell to rejuvenate them. We would use here the replica RNA DNA to start reversing genetic damage, and also to knock on the door of the immune system and say, hey, there's some terrible parasites out there, you need to come and find them. And at the same time, we're building the immunity from the gut with the good probiotics in the body. And we use the peri-immune, our herbal peri-immune defense, 8 capsules a day, broken up into 4 and 4. And that's going to come in herbally while we're waiting for the oxygen drops to increase. He's also doing the bath every day. So starting with oral oxygen and the bath and the peri-immune defense, microbiome reset, the replica RNA, the flaxseed oil. Almost Gold is another wonderful product to mix in with the coconut oil and the microbiome reset. Because of its high frequency, it will also help sterilize the skin, rejuvenate, and get the cells connecting and speaking to each other again. So very, very good product there. And this was enough for him. Within 1 day, I've already got a reply today. He was told not to wash the skin. Obviously, wash the parts of his body that get dirty, but just just soak in the oxygen. Wet the head, wet the ears, inside the ears, the face, wet everywhere. Already there's an improvement. So he's already got less discomfort, less burning, less itching. So that's how quickly we can actually help somebody. So I'm dying to see next week and the week after, and because we measure progress. So we measure first, this is the HIELO system, do the inquiry on an emotional level, see what we can do in the hour. He will come back for emotional healing because this is big. We want to find out why he set it up, why it's taken so long to go. It's taken so long to go because it's quite simple. The emotion hasn't gone. We can cover the table in products, expensive, imported, not natural, whatever you want. But if you don't remove the emotion, it's going to stay there. It's going to carry on reminding the body. So as he found out, then we will let him go and heal himself We don't heal the client. We work with the body's innate ability, the natural intelligence of the products, and the capacity of the body. We have to work with the pace of the body. No two people are the same. And then we will bring in the emotional healing too, and we will measure. So that's a tight, closed loop. We will look at all sorts of possible stresses, lifestyle, like I said already. And, for example, not him, but let's say somebody who was working in a very toxic environment, lots of chemicals, that could easily have an effect. The skin is always related to the liver, so he got a big liver cleanse as well, our liver cleanse and restore, which has got about 7 or 8 very dynamic herbs in it to potentiate. So skin, eyes, and liver always go together. So that was definitely part of it. I also noticed the gallbladder was a bit blocked. So he got a gallbladder cleanse too, which guess what? That's what he's doing tomorrow. And he will find the pain goes on Sunday morning. I've often post the testimonials, and the one lady said, Jane, after the gallbladder flush, how am I going to keep my skin like this? I said to her, it is like that now. We've removed the toxins. It's going to stay. You don't have to worry. So I'm looking very forward to seeing on Sunday morning what we look like, and he's sending me pictures. So I just wanted to show you, today the kind of terrible things that we see here, and the time. I will keep you posted. I will send the pictures, and in a couple of weeks' time we'll look at this beautiful skin that we've created. I can't wait. I can't wait for this client. So we want to maximize well-being and health. That's my goal. Looking at the physical and the emotional, obviously spiritual, neurological, everything all together, so that people can attain a level of joy, peace, freedom, and happiness. And the way I see illness, disease, I see it as a gift, and it's your own journey to your self-discovery. Some people go the whole way. Some people will just remain stressed. Maybe it's not the right time. And that also sometimes maybe I do have to wait for a client to get to the bottom of it all and say, you know what, I'm ready. And sometimes they can come back maybe three years later, and I would never say, well, where have you been? And I did tell you, because I know now's the time's right. So this whole life, this whole everything we're doing is a journey of self-discovery. And that's why I'm looking holistically, a holistic, integrated, epigenetic life orientation, because it's our journey plus the ancestors' journey. We join. The blood touched, the DNA touched, and that's a fact. So do the molecules of emotion come through. And you are going to be different to your brother or your sister, because they took different molecules to you. So how come they sad and you not? Or how come you sad and they not? Because they didn't take those molecules. They didn't have to learn those lessons. So I'm really thrilled today to be able to sit in front of people like yourselves and my clients and offer a holistic, all-in process for them to self-discover themselves, raise their consciousness, raise their awareness to holistic well-being consciousness, and self-discover through their own self-transformation. And that is the iterative process, going through the whole HIELO process. I think I repeated it. Let's just see. Yeah, so I repeated it again. Okay, very, very important is the epigenetics. And then I just want to end off by reminding you all of our spring sale. So we've got beautiful products. There's a lot of products. So you really can choose and find something that you really do need, and you want to save 15% off on it, or buy 2 so that you've got stock for the next month. If you want to book the HIELO appointment, please go onto the site, center bookings. You can also book just the emotional one, the how. You can also book just the physical one, the Quantum Q450, the Quantum Skio Eductor or QUXED. So see what you want, see how it works, but know that I'm sitting there holistically, and know that you're sitting there, and it's not just you. You've got a lot of members sitting with you as well. We've got to take them into consideration, and we have to understand that the body is speaking to us. The body speaks the mind. And that's self-responsibility because you set it up. I set mine up, you set yours up. So let's learn from it. Let's not blame. And let's look at this objectively and say, okay, why did it happen? What is my big lesson? So I'm really looking forward to uncovering for that particular client what the big learning is. I had a client today. She's got lumps all over her, from her neck, behind her knees, her body, her everywhere. She's got basically cancerous growth all over. And this is literally she's had since 2012. And I said to her, you're going to heal you, first of all. You set this up. Your consciousness knows why. Let's go into the field and let's start healing. But right now, we're going to do physical first, because if I throw the emotional at them and they don't walk out with the products and the assessment, it doesn't always work. So I like to, integrate it all. Plant the seeds, set the scene, and then get a response by Sunday, Monday. Today's Thursday, easily. She's got pain, she's got headaches. I mean, it's really bad. But that one I couldn't show you. You can't see it. I mean, yes, I can show you some of the lumps and stuff, but we can't see it like we can see the physical. It's just as bad, if not worse. So let's see with her as well. And anyway, there's hundreds, but this one's just walked out. So I'm feeling desperately sorry for her. She's a beautiful, beautiful girl, and so much to give, so much to teach the world. So let's really help her get better too. If you've got any questions, put it on the chat. I'd love to help you with answers. Otherwise, that's my bundle for this week. I'm going to record. It is recorded. I'm going to post it too. So keep it as a reference, because this is where we're going, everybody. This is real healing. This is holistic healing using the holistic integrative epigenetic life orientation system that I've set up, the holistic ancestral orientation, emotional release, the quantum medicine assessment, and the 365 Healthy by Choice product, which is my toolkit to work towards the self-discovery. If you know more than this, let me know, please. I would love to, if there's gaps that they get filled in, and I'll keep you posted, and we will be moving more, to more of these case studies where we can show dramatic results. So thank you for your time and everything, and we'll see you next week.